How are you, buddy? Another beautiful day. Good to be back here. I took yesterday off. I'm back. I don't know how many more days we have of this pool. At least as a, let me pull this up a little bit. At least as a backdrop. I haven't gone in that many times this year. How's everyone doing today? A little earlier today, I have an appointment a little later in the afternoon, so I couldn't go on at 1 o'clock because it would interfere with that. But here I am. Coffee with Cannon, two people in the chat, one with a thumbs up. A lot of things going on with the London Girl. How are you, London Girl? Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Tara Ellis, good morning, Bill. Hello, Tara. Here comes everyone. 10 in the chat, 6 thumbs up, 13 in the chat. Holly Golightly, hello, everyone. Thomas Jordan. Thomas, always good to see you. Live Kind, back from Moose Jaw. Hey. Kim Allison, good to see you. Aunt BB2, hi, Bill. How you feeling? Okay, not 100%, but getting there, It's good to see my heartbeat at 68 again. Amazing, Hello, Sergeant Bill. Oh, yeah, September 1st. Lenny Pellich, hello from Perth, Australia. Wow. Far away, but great place. Montana Mama, good morning from Montana. Turn me loose, set me free, somewhere in the middle of Montana. Josh, what I'm calling it today is Kiely Rodni, accident or suspicious death. That's I watched the. I became a member of Adventures with Purpose, unbelievable organization, and I watched the video of the recovery of Kiely Rodni's vehicle, and I learned some things that I didn't know before. Hard to handle. Hello, Supreme Commander. Michelle Lipscomb, yes, feeling better. Suspicious all the way. Live kind. Oh, I'm not gonna go deep into it this morning, but this evening at 7 p.m. Phil and I are going to come on the air and we're going to talk about it. Live Kind, member of AWP. Wow, I just paid the $4.99. I wanted to watch the video that they did on the recovery of the vehicle. London Girl, hi Kim, hope all is well. There's some things that, are questionable. And I'm not, when you talk about suspicious deaths or accidents or vehicle accidents, I am no way an expert on vehicle accidents. Girl Friday, that's great, Bill. We could see it as non-members tomorrow. Me too, became member of AWP yesterday. I wanted to see it because if we're going to do the show tonight, I want to know some of the things that they found out that to me have never been confirmed. It's never been, and a couple of the things were that the passenger window is broken. Can that be explained, or is there something sinister to that? We'll discuss that later. The driver's side window is halfway down. So that was discovered, in the dive, and you could see it on the video. So I'm not going to question that. I had never seen that, so it was worth it for me to watch that video, because to me that was never verified. So I don't know where that came from. I watched the video, and according to the diver, and he showed it on the video, the passenger window was broken. That's what he reported, and the driver's side window was halfway down. The diver was that guy Nick. And that's what he was reporting. The other thing is that when Nick dove back down, he discovered Kiely not in the back seat, but in the very rear compartment of the Honda CR-V. And if you ever owned a CR-V, there's a compartment after the second row of seats that is, storage, and if you want to go shopping, you put your stuff there. And it's, it's probably about 5 feet in length and, maybe 4.5 feet wide. Dove. Well, Julia Waldron. Look, I'm still going with it's a vehicle accident. I'm not convinced of all the sinister stuff that everyone else that's on. However, I have an open mind. I'm not. We always say, Phil and I always say that we're not privy to the case folder, so we're not privy to all of the interviews that the detectives that have this case, that are in fact investigating this case, we're not privy to all the people they spoke to. Tracy Jones, I did hear that law enforcement was doing a press release tomorrow, but you're not sure what time. So one of the things also, and again, I'm no vehicle expert, the Adventures with Purpose guy said that the car was in neutral, and this was from Jared, because they could see, I guess, the current of the water, the tires could turn. So that would indicate that the vehicle was in neutral and not in drive or in park. And again, I'm not a vehicle accident expert, so I don't 100% know if the car was in drive, would the wheels still turn? I don't know, because nothing, when the car is underwater, nothing's working. The whole electrical system, I would think almost everything does not work anymore. So, Pauline Buckles, hello, sorry I'm late. There's a lot of things, and I'm not, again, I've been on, I still believe this is an accident until it's shown to me definitively with evidence that it's not. And there's some questions I have now. Absolutely. After all, Sergeant Bill missed you yesterday. Why weren't you there? Well, I had a medical procedure yesterday, so I decided to take the day off, take Coffee with Cannon off, because I needed the rest. But here I am today. I'm back. I'm back on the road today. Heather, whatever, love that name. 111 in the chat, 43 thumbs up. So I want to, after all, glad you're back. Thank you so much. I want to really look at this with an open mind. I don't want to just call it an accident based on what I'm seeing. I want the physical and the scientific evidence to come back. And of course, we mentioned some of the things that we would like to see before we call this. Look, the police have conducted, I believe, over 400 interviews with kids that were at that party. They also have this, I don't think they call him a tow truck driver, but an emergency roadside driver that claims that he saw Kiely and a male, but he really can't remember which day it was. Was it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? To me, that's what's called an unswearable witness. So, Verna K. busy, so why no cause of death yet? Is that normal? Well, Verna, simply because the medical examiner has not released the results of the autopsy. And that's their call. Verna K. busy mom, not Kiely, a girl. Verna, what do you mean by not Kiely, a girl? No, I think Kiely's been definitively identified by the medical examiner's office as the body that was recovered in that Honda CRV belonged to her, that she owned. So I think that's done. Andy the Gabby Cabby. No, I was on the panel. You know something, I don't know what was determined and was released by the police through the medical examiner's office was that the body that was recovered in the Honda CRV was Kiely Rodni. That was released by the police, and the police got that information from the medical examiner's office through autopsy. So the hard to handle, I wish Bill had the case file. Someone just said they believe it would be Kiely's 17th birthday today. Look, there's a lot of questions in this case, and I'm not close-minded. Believe me, if I have something that will convince me that, oh, there was foul play here and this happened and that happened, I've seen cases where I thought one thing and certain evidence convinced me of another thing. But right now, until we have more, not only business, but I know Bill knows how cases really work. Did I check out that? Yes, I did, Susan Moldorf. I just watched it. And one of the things that I didn't like about the video, and I have nothing but praise for Adventures with Purpose, some of this video was shot after the fact. They weren't I don't believe they were doing this live. I don't believe a scuba diver comes up and looks at and says, this is suspicious. I think a lot of it is made for the YouTube audience, so Tony Smith, the tow truck driver or the roadside repair guy, couldn't say which day it was. So and he also never definitively identified anyone. You can't show a single photo to someone and say, is this the person you saw? That's too suggestive. What has to be done is the police need to show a photo array, which is 6 photos, with one of them being the person of interest. Because if you just show one photo, it's too suggestive. So look, Adventures with Purpose is, again, I have nothing but praise for them. But they really should not be doing interviews right now. That's the police's job. Having them doing interviews is out of their lane of traffic. They don't belong doing interviews. The interviews are suggestive. Never as a professional interviewer do you say, is this her? No, that's not how you question someone. You ask them wide, open-ended questions. Could you tell me what she looked like? What did she say? What was her demeanor? Not, was she acting scared? You don't feed people information. And that's what they were doing with that. After all, Sergeant Bill Polik wants someone to blame. Cops don't want to assume, and I don't like. You can't assume. You have to act on definitive information. Look, Adventures with Purpose, I said it before, I'll say it again, they're doing God's work. However, they're also looking to make money, right? So the more sensational this case, the more hits they get on their site, and some other YouTube content creators too. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. And some of the things they're doing, and I saw Jared was on a podcast, and I watched a little bit of it, and keep smiling, they found out after 35. Look, I praise them for that. They're outstanding at what they do. They are better than the police at what they do, at scuba diving, searching for cars underwater. They have better equipment. The tow truck driver's interview was in the video, and he said it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That's an unswearable witness. However, you know what is slam dunk proof? Is if they have a phone call from Kiely or her boyfriend, as they say, requesting the tow truck to that area, and as the roadside guy said, if they have video if they have video of the tow truck and them on the scene, which he claimed they have it, a rear camera and a front camera, that will confirm what he says. But a witness that says it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, that's an unswearable witness, And Verna, Jared, yes, he's real, but you know something? You can't feed information to people and claim that's a legitimate investigation. The investigative part has to be left to the police. And what Adventures with Purpose has done up until this point finding the car, finding the body, doing all those things. Amazing, amazing work. But let the police continue with the investigation. It's not Adventures with Purpose's job now to be conducting interviews. They shouldn't be doing that, period. Period, right? And that's where there's probably friction between the police. Right, Verna Kay, it's all recorded at the company, then let's see it. That's very good. Let's see it. And I'm sure the police now have subpoenaed that information, the phone call information, as well as the video. I'm sure the police have subpoenaed that. But before we see it, we can't say that, oh, we have this, well, and let's see it. You can't act on hearsay and conjecture. Let's see the video. You know what I mean? Kara, yeah, look, a tow guy's story is seriously suspicious. Of course it is. If you said in a court of law it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, they said, good, this guy's he's not credible. He's not believable. All right? If you say, yes, it was 8 p.m. on Friday night, that's believable. If you say it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday and you don't remember, then you've just disqualified yourself as a witness. I'm sorry, I've been on the stand numerous times. J.D. Bembar, I was surprised Adventures with Purpose said so much. And guys, I don't want to be accused of this. I think Adventures with Purpose is fantastic. I think the work they have done is unbelievable. Holly Golightly, they verified it through his dispatch. All right, then let's see it. All of this is just YouTube information. Let's see that. Let's see the video. Let's verify that information. A tow driver keeps a record of all calls. Okay, that's all well and good, but let's see it. This guy couldn't tell what day it was. Verna K, true, it's just changing my mind, this whole thing. Look, Verna, as I said a million times, show me the evidence. I'm an open book. You know, I go where the evidence leads. But I don't want to hear things like, oh yes, he said and he said and she said and this was broken and that was. When you see it and you get the concrete evidence, then yes, of course. I still believe right now this was an accident. The foul play part of it, let's see what the evidence says, you know. The big thing we spoke about, and I think that Duty Ron spoke about it, no one's saying AWP messed up. What I'm saying is that Adventures with Purpose did their part. They recovered the vehicle. They reported all the information to the police. They do not now belong interviewing people. That's not their job. That's the job of the police. They also said a few things that were inaccurate. In a situation like this, there's one tips log. There's one station. There's one area where the tips come in. And the tips are, morning, Trina Elder, good to see you. P&J, AWP is acting out of character here. Girl Friday, like from the beginning, I need verified proof and waiting on the, yes. She wasn't in a trunk. No one said she was in a trunk. They said she was in the rear compartment of the vehicle. The diver said that. He came up and said she was in the rear part of the vehicle. I just watched the video that they put out, and that's what he said. The second time I believe he came up, he said, we have human remains. And she's in the rear compartment of the vehicle. He didn't say the back seat. He said the rear compartment of the vehicle. Guys, 236 people in the chat, 96 with the thumbs up. And guys, tonight at 7 p.m., myself and Phil Grimaldi are going to do a deeper dive into this. And again, Chance Grows Biz, she was found in a hatch. That's very suspicious. Okay, Chance in the hatch, I'm going to have an open mind to this. There's other ways that could have happened than foul play, okay? The car went into the water, flipped over. Could there have been an air bubble in the back that she went to get to so she could breathe? That would partially explain that. KH Walker, 244 people in the chat, 107 thumbs up. Wow. Hard to handle. I'm a little, could squeeze in there. I would not positive, but I'm 5'6" and weigh 107 pounds. Look, I could fit back in the hatch. I've owned three Honda CRVs. Ruth Ann Griffin, Bill, do you think they showed her body underwater? I couldn't really tell. It was very tough to see. It was blurry in the video. The diver the diver came up and said, we have human remains. They showed the video. It was tough to see inside the vehicle. I think that, if you want to watch the video today, join the channel for $4.99. That's what I did. I wanted to watch it today. Words for thought. Yes, she could have been trying to escape. You know, one of the things that Adventures with Purpose made me do? They made me buy one of those escape things that break the window. It wasn't on their site, but you can get it on Amazon. I wanted to buy it from them. I wanted to support them. Rooster, no air pocket with windows down would have sunk in 30 seconds. If struggling you can get out of the front seat and swim to the back of the car in less than 30 seconds. Okay? Look, I'm willing to listen. And as I said, and I'll say it a million times, I am no expert in cars going into water and sinking. I am definitely no expert. Griminator Patty, she had 2 weeks to float to the back. Sean Pellegrino, I almost wonder if she tried to get out via the windows, failed, and then went to the back behind. When a car goes underwater, just think of the human condition. How scared are you as this car starts sinking? You're terrified. Your heart's pumping, you're nervous, you're like thinking the water's rising. Soon you're not going to be able to breathe. Are you thinking clearly? Wow. Probably not. Even when I bought that little device that I just got yesterday, I was like, okay, let me see how this works. And it worked differently than I thought, and it has the black end, and you push it against the window in the right corner, and it'll shatter the window. I think you should practice that, and of course never practice it on a window unless you go to a junkyard and you want to try it out. But they said practice it, just put it on a pad and you'll see the mark it puts. Yeah, Bill, jump in the pool and show these people and flip upside down. Yeah, that's good. I love that. That's great. Guys, you know something? As an investigator, as someone who ran hundreds of homicides, I have an open mind. I'm not closed-minded. If I see concrete evidence that tells me there's foul play, I'm ready to move to the other side. I do not see it yet. I start getting more information. There's a lot more than her being in the back of the car. One window broke out, driver's passenger window, and she could have easily I couldn't read that fast. Right, Ebel, you're right. Even if the truck driver, the tow truck driver, they weren't calling him a tow truck, they were calling it an emergency response vehicle. If he can't remember everything, you're right. They will have records of this, and that will be verifiable information. But again, going with this conspiracy theorist, if he's saying he saw her Sunday, that would mean that the car, that she wasn't missing and the car wasn't in the water at 0030 hours, 12:30 for you non-military types, on Saturday morning. Tara Ellis, this stuff seems to frustrate you, Bill. The speculation, well, because I deal in absolutes, and absolutes proven by evidence. And to me, the evidence is what matters, not... I can't believe all of these YouTube content creators, because I don't know where their information came from. And like today, watching the video, I got a lot of information I didn't know, because I was getting the information second, third hand. And I like the information coming from the horse's mouth. Fuzzy Doxy, too many theories. It's just an accident, in my opinion, despite the open windows. 308 people in the chat. 125 thumbs up. Wow. This Coffee with Cannon is taking off. It's an international it's an international show. I'm like Crazy Eddie. The theories we have are insane. We have some humor too, even in this stuff. I want to see concrete evidence, and I talk about it ad nauseum, that investigation is an art and a science. And when we put the two things together, it's very powerful to get to the truth, right? If anyone in this chat is new, please subscribe to Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. Go on our YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ring that bell. If you want to support us, we have a Patreon with 3 different levels. And we also, you see the folks with the green font, they're part of our YouTube channel. And you can join our YouTube channel where we have 5, think of a hand, 5 different levels. Yeah, guys, you know something? I'm not closed-minded. If I see something, Tracy Jones, right, Kiely Rodni would have been 17 years old today. So sad. Whatever happened here, and look, if there's foul play, I want to know that too. If someone murdered her, if there's some foul play in this situation, of course we want to know the truth. We want to know the truth, but there's people out there that have ulterior motives. They want this to be a conspiracy theory. They want this to go a certain way because of the story, you know. For people on YouTube, it's a lot more interesting if this was a murder than an accident, you know. But all I want is the truth. I want the truth to come out, and not just to say, "Oh my God, this was a conspiracy, and she was killed, and she wasn't put into the lake till days later." I mean, there's no evidence of that, you know. And when if there is that, I'll be the first one to join the foul play people. I love Bill's point of view. Susan Muldo, facts, baby, facts. That's right, evidence, science. Let's look at the evidence and the science. And you know something, I was a little bit, when the diver came up, and like you got to realize, Adventures with Purpose, they're not filming all this. Some of the stuff is live, but some of the stuff they go back. You can see it's edited, and they edit it. And it looked to me like the portion that they shot with the diver coming up and saying, "Oh, this is suspicious." That to me looked like it was edited. That, oh, did he really say that upon coming up and finding the car? "Oh, this looks suspicious." That, I don't think that would be the first thing that a diver would say. And that the diver's name is Nick. Hard to handle. Love you, Bill. Break out into the song. So, I mean, is that what the first thing a diver would say? "Oh, this looks suspicious," or I found the vehicle. I'm going back down to see if there's anything in it. Sean Pellegrino was also the first car he's found as a diver. Yeah. So then, how do you just come out with, "Oh, this looks suspicious"? You know, when I left the homicide scene, did I say, "Oh, this looks suspicious"? Yeah, well, it is. It's a murder. But is he qualified to say that at that point? We have to look at all the evidence. And again, for all the people that are going to say, "Yeah, they're just jealous that the police didn't find them first." Adventures with Purpose is amazing. They're amazing. Their work is incredible. Tracy Jones, the look on his face, though. Look, anyone that finds the car, and the first time I think he came up, he didn't know. He knew he found the car, but he didn't know that there was human remains in it. When he dove back down, he came back up. He saw that there was a body in the back, and he appeared to be upset. Whether that was live or rehearsed, I don't know. That would be rough to find her. Yes, you know something? Look, I've gone into apartments. I remember one time this woman was missing. She was a hair cutter, and she was missing. And all the people from the salon came to the apartment and they said, look, she never misses work. She's never late for work. This is unlike her. And we were at the door of her apartment with the super or the building's owner. And I remember this because the building's owner was a real, for lack of a better word, a dick. So I called emergency service and I had them boom the door because he didn't have the keys. I opened the door and I went into the living room and she was dead. She was murdered. And I came back out and I, as gently as I could, I told the other employees of the salon, I'm sorry, your friend is dead. And of course then the building's owner took off because he was all worried, who's going to pay for this door? And he, of course, he didn't know at that point that the woman was dead. But those things are upsetting, to find a human being dead that the last time all of her friends saw her, she was alive and working as a haircutter. And for this diver, Nick, if this was the first body he recovered and that shot was live, which I don't think it was. Look, the whole video is edited. The whole thing, they put out like a 45-minute or 50-minute video. So it's a production. So it's not, Phil Grimaldi, Bill, you were describing your instincts. Yeah, well, Phil, what I'm describing also is that you and I both still believe that this is an accident. Show me the smoking gun that points directly that there's foul play and this is a murder, and I'll jump on that wagon. But I haven't seen it yet. And some of the other things that I was talking about was these, Adventures with Purpose, as we did nothing but praise them, and I still praise them. They're amazing. Governor 247, I get the impression that despite the facts and the evidence, people will always think that this is suspicious. But I just want to say again, like ad nauseum, Adventures with Purpose is amazing. They're amazing. However, they need to stay in their lane. They do not belong interviewing people right now. That's the police's job. That's what muddies up an investigation. That's what causes animosity between the police and this private entity that's an amazing scuba diving group. They should let the police do what they do. Some of the information that they said, the guy Jared said, was wrong. There's not multiple tip lines. There's one. There's one number to call in tips. If they're taking tips in 19 different police, then that's wrong. That's wrong police procedure. But for him to say that, there should only be one tip line. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but leave the investigation to law enforcement. 100%. And whatever Adventures with Purpose, if they get any information that they think is apropos and important to this investigation, they should be giving it directly to law enforcement, not reporting it on YouTube. And I've said this a million times. Leave this investigation to law enforcement. Adventures with Purpose is a media production. Look, do we as consumers, 402 people in the chat, 178 thumbs up. My God. Do we get pissed off at the press for reporting things that is out of their league, that's out of their lane? I love that expression, stay in your lane. Yes, we do. We all the time, we call it fake news. Yeah, that was a famous thing that some people used to say about CNN. They're fake news. They're fake news. But you need to stay in your lane because it does muddy an investigation. When someone's interviewed, like the guy, the emergency vehicle operator, from what I understand, he's been interviewed by the police. So whatever information he gave to the police was memorialized on complaint follow-ups, on reports that detectives do. And they would get him because when Adventures with Purpose spoke to him, he had said that, it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. A detective could never take that as an answer. A detective would have to dig deeper and deeper, dig further and say, let's get in fact what day it was. and then they would figure out what time, you know, a emergency vehicle should have a dispatch log. What time and what day were they dispatched to a certain location? Boom. That's written down information. That's memorialized information that the police can find out about. But for the gentleman who drove that emergency vehicle, whether it's a tow truck or emergency response vehicle, to say it was either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you can't swear to that because it's not. And supposedly they went to the Boca Reservoir. He was responding to the boat because their battery was dead or dying. And that's where this tow truck driver, emergency vehicle driver, said that he had seen Kiely with a male who was wearing a black baseball cap with SF San Francisco on it, on the cap. But he couldn't definitively say that it was her. So that's another thing that the detectives have to do. They would need to show him a photo array of Kiely. A photo array is a photo lineup. There's 6 photographs. One is the person of interest. Now, if he picked her out of the photo array, that has some credence in a court of law. It has some believability to it. You never show anyone in an identification procedure a single photo. Actually, not never. The only time you would ever do that if it's a person like someone's husband or someone's wife or someone's relative. It's so known to them. Is this your relative? Yes. So then you would need to show a photo array. But any other time you need to show a photo array, and that's the only way the identification would be believable. So there's a lot of things that need to be left to the police. And, you know, we always talk about that Captain Sam Brown said they're doing, you know, someone just wrote something in the chat, and it was moving too damn fast. Shelby Yates, you're right. The tow truck driver said everything should be on camera. Okay, I'll believe it when that video is produced. And the video gives us a specific time, specific dates, and we can sometimes you can't identify someone from a video. It's not clear enough. And Kate, he has dash cam footage from the front and rear of the vehicle. That should help. Yes, that should help. But we haven't seen it yet. The police should have that. Bill, they need to start to look for the victim. What do you suggest? I'm not following that. Kiely Rodni's body was recovered inside that vehicle. That was verified by the medical examiner's office and reported to us by the police and verified by the family. I don't know where this is getting, where that's coming from, that they didn't recover her. Where is that coming from? That's like part of this conspiracy that I just don't understand. The medical examiner's office, the police, and her family verified, yes, that was her. What do you guys need? Is this like, you know, I just don't get it. I mean, so much is, you know, the internet, it takes on a life of its own, these rumors, these conspiracy theories. It's Brody, are you Upchurch? Yeah, I mean, that guy Upchurch I wonder if he believes it's 2022 or he wants proof of that. Ebell, I can't laugh out loud. Yeah, you know something, you can't, you know, you can't like even entertain some of this stuff. It's that outrageous, it's that stupid that you cannot entertain it. Guys, 404 people in the chat. Wow, Coffee with Cannon, building up an international audience. 212 thumbs up. It's the stuff that went on during 9/11. You know something, guys, unbelievable that today's September 1st. Phil and I, both 9/11 first responders. Every 9/11, should have renamed it to Bitchin' with Bill, Josh. Yeah, today I should call the show Bitchin' with Bill because it has no semblance to Coffee with Cannon. Well, let's call it today Bitchin' with Bill, you know. Coffee with Ken and Bitchin with Will. We got an international audience. This is the most people I've ever had in the chat. Robin McFerrin, J.D. Bambara. I remember 9/11. Yeah, Phil and I, again, we were first responders. That's a special day for us. In regards, very sad day. Cultural politics, Bill. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, guys. I'm taking the victory. If you didn't hear, I had that cardio version again yesterday. It worked, but the first time I had it done, it worked also, but it only lasted like 4 or 5 days. So I'm hoping that this will last longer than that. In case it doesn't, I'm looking into the Holly Golightly. My son was raised to be a Jet fan. My son who lives in Denver right now. So I don't know if he'll jump to the Denver Broncos because he lives in Denver. He was born and raised to be a Jet fan, so I don't know, but I'm sure he'll love to root for it. He loves football, so I'm sure he will love to go and watch a Denver Broncos game. I want to visit him in Denver. AM, as detectives, don't you investigate theories, not just there and say it is an nice sort of look. As detectives, as investigators, we do a lot of what's called hypothesizing and theorizing. We talk about, and Phil calls it spitballing. We talk about the investigation. We talk about the evidence. We talk about possibilities, what ifs. We talk about all of that stuff. But you put the evidence together. You put the heads together of all the investigators. You talk to hundreds of people. And then you come up with an investigative direction, And that's what we do. And if the evidence points to a certain way, that's the way you go. Are you ever wrong in the direction you go? Absolutely. PB&J, Bill, this case has my head exploding. Can you sing for us, please? I don't know what to sing about. This case took a lot of energy today. And I watched Adventures with Purpose, their video that comes out tomorrow for everyone. If you pay $4.99 and join their channel, you can watch it today. Cherry Hill, I'm in New Mexico and I love the Baltimore Ravens. Great team. Hard to believe I have a lot of you pushing his rack if you knew the detectives. John Albert, pool looks great. Thank you, guys. Agustino Guaco, that's how it works. System, they have looked at the evidence, just hearsay. Look, there's some very concrete evidence in this. Robin McFerrin, she was found in the trunk and the car was in neutral. A male and their families were sacrificed. From what I understand, Adventures with Purpose said they believed the car was in neutral because the wheels could turn. And I think that's probably, I don't know 100%, I think that's probably good evidence because if a car was in drive, would the wheels still turn underwater? I don't know the answer to that. I am not mechanically inclined that way. But Adventures with Purpose said because the wheels could turn, that indicated to them that the car was in neutral. So Agustino Guaco, that was their proof, Agustino, that the wheels moved underwater. So to them that meant that the car was in neutral. Let's find out. You know who's doing the forensic investigation on this vehicle is being performed by the FBI. So they took the car to a forensic location where they will go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Not much. The wheels turn and drive with an automatic transmission. So not much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have that knowledge. I tried to run it. I tried to Google that. They didn't have that information. Agustino Guaco, same. So if it's in neutral, if it's in drive, you claim that the wheels will turn and the underwater current will make it turn. Wow, this is a tough one. She could have knocked trying to get out friendly. It's not hard to do. Governor 247 in May. Well, wow, this chat's moving so damn fast. Fast. I said fast. I had a little lisp. Thanks, Kim. Holly Golightly, the Dark Suits FBI. Phyllis Nilsson, prayers for Kiely's family. Absolutely. We all pray for Sergeant Cannon. We sure could use some of your great singing today. This is overwhelmed me. I can't think of a song today because I'm answering all these chat questions, and there's a lot to this case. You know, if you listen to some of the other content creators on here, London Girl, try to have some calm time before tonight, Bill. I will. I'll try to have some calm time. I may even go for a haircut. D-Train, thumbs up. 426 in the chat. Wow. Agostino Guaco, yes, if drive and turn off, the wheels will roll backwards. Wow. I don't know these things. I didn't know that. The gear of the car can be disputed. See, so these are things, guys, that we cannot put down as definitive evidence until an expert testifies to that. Or the FBI says when the car was pulled out of water, the gear shift was in drive, or it was in neutral. Is that satisfactory to everyone? But Adventures with Purpose, if they said the wheels were moving, therefore it was in neutral, is there any disputing that? I think there probably is now. I have people saying that the wheels can turn if it's in drive. I don't know. So I'm not an expert. But we get an expert. There was someone saying that there's a black box in a Honda that will tell us everything. The speed the car was going, whether it was in drive, how many miles was on it, how much gas was in the gas tank. All of those things may be told. I don't know. I'm not an expert in cars, believe me. Wow. 427 people in the chat, 246 thumbs up. I'll tell you one thing, guys. Again, if you're not subscribed, this is Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories. Go on our YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Join our channel. If you like things from a police perspective, that's what we give it. I'm a retired NYPD homicide sergeant, 27 years. My co-host this evening, Phil Grimaldi, is a retired NYPD detective. So we give you things from a police perspective, and we try to do it respectfully and giving evidence, not hype, not, you know, there's a lot of people that are just, they invent things on here, and I try not to do that. Guys, I'm at 47 minutes. I don't know how the time goes this fast. I don't think AWP are there for the cash. Well, not initially, but they're trying to make money now, all right? They don't make videos because they want to be movie producers, all right? They are trying to make money right now. Assumption College Bill did not attend. Hard to handle. Not jumping to conclusions, waiting for law enforcement to give us some concrete information. This is why I think law enforcement needs to have some press conferences, to dispel the rumors, to put out the truth, because or else you can see. Samuel Jackson, of course, that's why they charge dollars for the video despite never doing that before. Vegan Goddess, money is not their motive. Look, everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants, is it their number one motive? But everyone wants to make money, all right? So let's not act like they're volunteers. They're not. They're doing this to make money, but they do amazing work, and we praise them. Marsha, Michael, people are running wild with this case, yes. Some people are just making stuff up, absolutely making stuff up. Being heroes is their motive. I don't think that's true. I think they want to, I think in their heart, they really do want to do good work. Vegan Goddess, they do need money to grow and feed their, yeah, everyone needs money. Does anyone get everything for free? No. Food costs money. Gas costs money. Buying a car costs money. Everything costs money. So yeah, they need to make money. Guys, we have like 30 seconds left. 427 people in the chat. I'm going to quit at 50 minutes. Tonight at 7 p.m., we're going to do a deeper dive into this case. Robin McFerrin, police missed her car. Yes, they did. That's a fact. They did. And Adventures with Purpose recovered it. There's no denying that. We praise them for that. Outstanding work. Just unbelievable. Reward money is not what they're after. That's right. Tracy Jones. Guys, thank you so much for listening today. This case right now took a lot of energy. Thank you for listening. God bless everyone.